We are Mia and Massi. We live on this beautiful island called Sicily. Join us on our adventures around the island and making and eating local cuisine, on our villa DIYs and on our simple slow living. This is our Sicilian dolce vita. Venite con noi. Good morning, first Sunday of the year, January 2025. We are going to the vintage market. We're a little bit late. What time is it? It's about 10:30?
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. Pretty late. Let's see what we can find.
I don't even know if it's open.
We don't know if it's open. We're going to just have a look. I need some fruit and veggies too, so we're going to do a little bit of fruit and veggie shopping.
No, niente, l'ho visto, non è disco rigido piccolo.
Massi loves the coins and swords and all these manly things.
No.
Say, Mas?
Knives and
Knives and
garden shears and clippers.
everything that I hate, basically.
Però lei era
A Pavarotti one over there for €3. Nice.
Yeah.
What else is there?
sì.
Oh, Barbara Streisand. Do you like Barbara Streisand?
No.
No? She's got a good voice. Bess, this is what you need.
Sì, vabbè.
Looking at the boring stuff again, aren't you?
Da questa parte può trattare con me.
Do you find anything?
Yeah, it's really expensive.
How much?
Like €30 for a
€30 for one. Bloody hell.
double album.
Prego.
Ciao.
What did we get, Mas?
Cauliflower and some artichokes.
Nice.
Ma Pasquale.
Ciao, Dado, un campanello è scaduto.
Sta scalare.
Sono andato in campagna, voi lo scavato, quindi sono andato in campagna a controllare e poi diciamo che fanno buone travagliare. Oggi dai chi è?
Ciao, buongiorno.
Ciao, Vale.
Buona giornata.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Sì. Un pochettino. Quanto ne vuoi? Va bene, poi. Ci metto anche 2 lire e mezzo. Che dici?
Buongiorno.
So Maria's not very happy because I bought something that I really like.
No, it's not that I'm not happy. Every time he buys from this guy
But
really
it's worth it.
takes the piss.
It's worth it though.
Oh, okay.
I really like it because it makes a good flavour. He's like one of the best.
What is
at
it?
that.
Tell them.
I've got them olives and I've got those long green chilies that are not very hot, but they've been put in vinegar.
Yeah.
So they're pickled chili.
You're lucky you might get a cappuccino here.
So how's your cappuccino?
Needed this.
Yeah?
It's a tiny little cup though, Emma. I'm a Moni Mini this morning, I think.
Okay, if you say so.
It's good. Extremely busy today. We were worried that we were late and that they had packed up and gone home. We were totally wrong. We got some good bargains. Massi got a couple of vinyls. He got ripped off for a few chili peppers. But so what? And we had a nice little walk around. Now Massi's going to take a few drone footage, so it'll be nice to have a look at this Piazza Santa Lucia on a Sunday, vintage and market day. Guys, if you ever want to get really nice arancine, I don't know, these round rice balls, the best place in Syracuse, and I'm not the only one that says this. A student of mine recommended this place and I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. We tried it, the best, and everyone says it's a tiny little grotty bar from the outside. It's called
grotty.
It is grotty. It's not that
been there for many years.
Yeah, it's a little bit grotty, so you wouldn't think that they have nice things. It's called Bar Midollo.
No, pasticceria Midollo.
Rosticceria Midollo. They literally fry them in front of you. So when you walk in and you think that they don't have any, please ask. Just say, avete arancini? Arancine? Can never figure out what it's called. Anyway, we stopped. This is what I love about this. Well, we were saying about this earlier on, weren't we, Mas?
Yeah, we obviously put in comparison how we lived before and how we live now. Before we'd have to go to the mall and spend it at the mall. It was too cold to be outside.
The weather was rubbish.
The weather's always good, always. About I'd say 90% of the time good. Hang on a second.
Hang on a second, he has to do something very important. Oh my goodness. No, seriously guys, I'm not joking. Midollo. Silly little old bar. Best arancini ever. I took my English mates and they loved it, didn't they? Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, you couldn't just go anywhere and just sit like this in the sun. It's beautiful.
Look at this.
Very nice.
Sunday, lunchtime. Just come, grab 2 of these, sitting in front of a beautiful view.
Alright, it's enough talking, I need to eat.
Yeah, and we need to eat. Sorry, guys. We love you, but January. Look at the weather. Typical little fisherman boats. They're so sweet. Actually, one's selling one over there, if anybody's interested. Love the colours. So here are the millionaire olives that Massi bought. With those chilies.
And some veggies.
Pickled veggies. This is what Massi loves. I like them too, actually. Oh, full of vinegar. Ooh. They're not hot. Okay, they're nice. They are very nice.
Let me know when you're ready. Massi's so sweet, always helps all the little old ladies. He's a darling. And they love him. I have the nicest man ever. It's good because when I'm old and can't walk, you're gonna have to help me down the steps. Or it might be vice versa, I don't know. But anyway, let's just enjoy this. We'll help each other.
We'll help each other, yeah.
See the guys over there getting mussels? Those guys over there,
Yeah.
a little boy in the water. And they're digging for, or they're diving to get sea urchins.
Oh, really?
Which actually is illegal, to be honest.
Is it?
Yeah,
I
you
shouldn't
know,
be filming
You don't
him.
have a license.
Well, he probably has a license then.
It's out of season though.
Let's not say anything. Let's go ahead and go for our lovely walk.
Sunday, that's why we're strolling Sunday.
Sunday strollers. What a beautiful stroll this is, eh?
Yeah.
Tonight's going to be freezing. Don't let this sunny day deceive you, because Sicily, as soon as the sun goes, it's freezing.
Just enjoy it while you can.
By the way, we got wood at home.
Oh,
We got wood for tonight.
another week's worth.
Good. People are in their canoes, taking out their boats. People just walking. Beautiful day. Beautiful Sunday. Very grateful that we live in this beautiful, on this beautiful island. Full of magic, chaos,
and wonderful food. Like a
Sounds
vintage,
like shit.
a vintage DJ.
Good morning. So as you've been watching, I have been trying to paint this dresser. The look that I'm going for is like a passed down dresser from a great grandmother. I don't want it to look perfect. It needs to look very rustic. I want the patina to show. So very sort of French country style, Tuscan, that type of look. Okay. Massi hates this look. He thinks it's unfinished. He doesn't like it, and we always argue over this. But this is the look of the house, and yeah, he's in charge outside, and I'm in charge inside. So he hasn't seen it yet. He's working outside on the wall for the water pump, which is hopefully going to be finished soon. He finished the little gate like you saw last week, and so I'm a little bit worried about what he's going to say. I think it looks quite nice. What do you guys think? I think the house was looking far too white and creamy, and I needed to break something just to give it a bit of layers and textures. So anyway, I went and I bought this lovely paint. Look at my hands. I'm nearly finishing, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it just dry. And I think the next day I'm going to sand it all down and just try and bring out sort of the texture. See how it goes. So Mas, what do you think of the cabinet?
I love the photo that you put there. Okay, shame. This poor cabinet was white once upon a time.
Shame? Why shame?
I liked it white.
Oh.
Maria didn't like it white anymore. She came along with a little brush and a bowl of paint she went and bought one morning.
I had quite a few brushes, but yeah.
She bought a bag of brushes. And she changed the colour.
Okay, you don't like it. I get it.
I didn't say that I don't like it. I think it'll grow on me. It is not bad. Not bad at all. I need to get used to it because I was very used to it being white. So changing colour like this so drastically from white to, I don't know if it's blue or grey. I think it's a grey. It's quite drastic. It is nice. And I think I like it if you like it. How's that?
Okay, you don't like it.
We've had these tiles for many, many years.
Yeah, let's have a look at them.
They're just white plain tiles. They were on the roof.
Like cement tiles, aren't
They
they?
had been left on the roof from the people that tiled the roof.
Yeah.
And eventually we've found a use for them.
Yeah. So Massi's completed the little box area where we're going to put our water tanks in. He's upcycled the tiles, the bricks that we had. The neighbor gave us a roof. And now, here are the tanks. So what are you doing?
I am laying the tiles down in here very roughly. So we're not going to live here. We're not going to sleep in here. So
I'm glad.
I'm putting a rough tile down.
Yeah.
In order to keep it as clean as possible.
Yeah.
Not that there's going to be any dirt put in here, but yeah.
Yeah, also to keep it nice and flat and...
Yeah, just to keep it as flat as possible. And yeah, once I've got that done, then I can carry on doing the rest. So we
looking good.
can get to a good point.
Nice.
Hello, back in the kitchen again. Today I'm going to make a ciabatta bread. So I've got 1 3/4 cups of water. So you got your water. Get your salt, which is 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt. Get your yeast, 7 grams of yeast. Let's get that in there. It is dry yeast. We're using dry yeast today. Dry yeast, not a bad thing. Some people say that salt and yeast don't go together because the salt kills the yeast. It's not entirely true. So you want to mix that in very well. Right, if I didn't mention before, the water that I put in there is not cold, it is lukewarm. In order for the yeast to activate as soon as possible, you need to make it a little bit warm. So lukewarm is good enough. So once I've got that in there, you add the flour in slowly. And I'm mixing it with a wooden fork. I'm not using any special mixers or anything. I'm using a wooden fork. It's good enough. So you get all your flour in there. You obviously don't put it in all at the same time. I'm putting it in bit by bit, mixing, and then adding more after I've mixed it in. So you can see it's still liquidy. And it's a very wet dough that I'm making. I'm not making pizza dough. I'm making ciabatta bread dough. You don't want to mix it too much. So you want this really to hydrate now. So once it gets all the flour, the dry parts taken away, so you won't see any more dry parts of the flour, then that is enough. You don't need to mix it any more than that. Right, so now I've got it to the mixer that I want it to be. I've mixed it to the right amount. I'm going to now close it for 30 minutes and we're going to do the second and third process. Second and third process are exactly the same thing, so I'll just show that to you only once. So here you can see that I've opened it up again after the last brewing and I'm pulling it away from the sides. While I'm doing this, I'm putting it all into the center and it's going to be done twice. Right, 24 hours later, the fermentation of the dough is very great. It's beautiful. The big bubbles in it helps with the raising of the actual dough. It also helps with the flavor. The flavor of 24 hours later, fermentation helps with the flavor. Remember, fermentation is not only to make it rise. I'm going to now tip it over and then I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold it in its shape that I need to make for the ciabatta. So what I've done, I've put some flour on the countertop where I'm working. I've put generous amount of flour because what happens, I want it to separate properly. I'm going to leave it on there. I'm going to let gravity do its job. The dough is going to fall out on its own. I'm just going to rub it here. As you can see, look, it's starting to come away from the actual bowl that I had it in, the square bowl. So as you can see, I'm letting it come out just with gravity. The dough is beautiful. I have to wet my hands. Otherwise, the dough is not going to be able to separate. With a pizza cutter, I'm going to make it into a shape, a rectangular shape. Right, so I've turned the oven on while I'm doing this. I need to preheat it up to 230 degrees Celsius. And I'm putting them straight into the prepared trays. As you can see, I'm using flour, is not a problem, as much flour as you like. So I'm cutting them into rectangular shapes. And I'm placing them straight onto the oven tray. Try and keep a rectangular shape as much as possible. The last one's going in now. As you can see, I've got no flour on the top. I'm not going to put flour on the top. When a ciabatta is cooked, there's always a lot of flour put on top because it leaves creases. That is the beauty of it. So it gets nice and crunchy on the outside. So I'm now going to flour them on the top and I'm going to put them in the oven after 20 minutes of proving. Right, the oven's hot enough and they're going in. Okay, so we're at the table. Ciabattas are cooked. I've just cut this open. It is really nice and hot. Look at all that air in there. Beautiful. The best way to eat this is mortadella. I've cut it in half, so I'm going to put some mortadella in it. Remember, we're going to go halves on this one. Nice amounts of mortadella in there. Yeah, beautiful. Put some more in. Take that and we're going to halve that. So close it up.
Wow, that looks amazing. It's a meal on its own. I don't even know why I made meat.
Okay, here you go. Here's your half.
Thank you.
And that's my half. Enjoy.
Thank you for watching this week's video. We hope you've had a good one. See you next week with a brand new one. Ciao!